Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today is day 83 of my 200-day posting streak goal, and today I am doing my top 15 MLB players of the 2020s so far. Now, before I give you who I think the best players of the 2020s are so far, feel free to share who you think are the best players of the 2020s so far down below in the comments, and let's begin. Number 15, Ketel Marte. He has over 130 home runs and an 840 OPS, which is great for a second baseman, and we're only halfway through the decade. Well, a little more than that, but yeah. Ketel Marte has been great, and he'll be my number 15. Number 14, Trey Turner, who has had over 1,000 hits, over 130 home runs, and over 170 stolen bases, and has batted .293 and had an over 800 OPS to start the decade. Number 13, Tariq Skubal, who I think is, probably the best MLB pitcher in like the second half of the 2020s so far. So really from like 2024 to now. However, he started off a bit weaker in a decade, but still, he has a 3.07 ERA and almost 1,000 strikeouts this decade so far, which is great. Now coming in number 12, Max Fried, a sub-3 ERA and over 850 strikeouts to start the decade. Number 11, Zach Wheeler, who's also at a sub-3 ERA and has had a very similar ERA to Max Fried and has had almost 1,200 strikeouts. So yes, Zach Wheeler to me has been the best pitcher of the decade so far. Now coming in number 10 is Ronald Acuna Jr., who has over 120 home runs and over 160 stolen bases and over 900 OPS. It's just he's missed some time, so that's why I can't put him higher, but I still think he's top 10 of a decade. Now coming in at number 9 is Mookie Betts, who's had over 160 home runs and over 850 OPS and plays supreme defense. So even though I feel like he's been a bit disappointing these past year and a half, he has started off the decade really strong, so which is why he's somewhere in the middle at number 9. When to start the decade for the first 3 to 4 years, he probably would have been top 5. Now coming in at number 8, I'm going to say Bryce Harper, who has had over 160 home runs and over 900 OPS. And if he didn't move to first base mid-decade, he probably would have been higher. But still, Bryce Harper has still been amazing this decade. Now coming in at number 7, I'm going to say Bobby Witt Jr. The only reason I'm not going to put him in top 5, even though I think he's a top 5 active player right now, is because he missed the first 2 years of a decade. But still, he's been amazing. Over 100 home runs, almost 180 stolen bases this decade, and an 840 OPS, and plays amazing defense. Bobby Witt Jr. is just pretty amazing. Number 6, I'm going to go with Vlad Guerrero Jr., who has over 170 home runs and over an 850 OPS this decade so far, and is very consistent and, has great durability. Vlad Jr. is, amazing, and I think he is the number 6 player of the decade. So I've been a little bit disappointed in him this year. Now coming in at number 5, I'm going to go with Freddie Freeman, who, was one of the best players last decade, and I think he's just, shifted gears this decade. He won an MVP to start the decade, and he's had over 1,000 hits this decade, over 150 home runs, an over 300 average, over 900 OPS. Freddie Freeman's just been incredible, and he's been amazing in the playoffs as well. Now coming in at number 4 is Jose Ramirez, who has over 1,000 hits this decade and has over 200 home runs and over 200 stolen bases and over an 850 OPS. Jose Ramirez, he's just so good, and I think he's the number 4 player of the decade. Now coming in at number 3 is Juan Soto, who has won a Silver Slugger every year this decade so far and has over 200 home runs, a 421 on base, which is the highest on base this decade, and a 954 OPS, and he has over 750 walks. Juan Soto's just been incredible, and I think he's the 3rd best player this decade. Number 2 is Aaron Judge. He has 275 home runs already this decade, and he has a 300 average, a 419 on base, a over 1,050 OBS, which is just pretty insane. And the crazy thing is he hasn't even been healthy for a good portion of a decade, and he's still putting up 50 home run years. I mean, Aaron Judge is a generational hitter, and I think he's the second best player of this decade. But of course, the best player of this decade, not really particularly close, Shohei Ohtani, who has over 260 home runs, a 970 OPS, and even as a pitcher, even though he has missed some time as a pitcher, has a sub 2.8 ERA and over 700 strikeouts in just over 500 innings. I mean, Shohei Ohtani is a once-in-a-generational player, and the fact that he's been doing both at an elite level this decade is just, it just doesn't feel real. I mean, yeah, Shohei is the best player of the decade, and it's not even particularly close. Now, thanks for watching. Feel free to share who you think are the top 15 players of the decade down below in the comments. And this is day 83 of my 200-day posting streak goal, and this is day 3 of my 5 doubleheaders in this video 1 out of 2 today. Now, thanks for watching, and peace out.